Permanent residence status can begin by becoming a student in Canada. Steps to becoming a student. 1. Receive letter of acceptance. First, you must be accepted into a designated learning institution, DLI, in Canada. Upon acceptance, the institution will issue you a letter of acceptance, which is a crucial document for your visa application. 2. Check visa requirements. Review the visa requirements for studying in Canada on the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada (IRCC) website. Ensure you meet all eligibility criteria, including having sufficient funds to cover tuition fees, living expenses, and return transportation. 3. Apply online or paper application. Complete the appropriate visa application form, either online through the IRCC website or by paper application if applicable. Follow the instructions carefully and accurately fill out all required information. 4. Pay application fee. Pay the non-refundable visa application fee as required. The fee may vary depending on your country of origin and the type of visa you are applying for. 5. Submit biometrics, if required. Depending on your country of citizenship, you may need to provide biometric information, fingerprint and photograph at a designated Visa Application Center, VACE, or Application Support Center, ASC. 5. Provide supporting documents. Gather and submit all required supporting documents, including your letter of acceptance, proof of financial support, passport, photographs, and any other documents specified by the visa application instructions. 6. Attend interview if required. In some cases, you may be required to attend an interview at the Canadian consulate or embassy in your country. Prepare for the interview by reviewing your application and being ready to answer questions about your study plans in Canada. 7. Wait for visa decision. After submitting your application and attending any required interviews, wait for a decision on your visa application. Processing times vary depending on the volume of applications and your country of residence. 8. Receive visa and travel to Canada. If your visa application is approved, you will receive a stamped passport or a visa document. Make travel arrangements to Canada and ensure you arrive before the start date of your program. 9. Complete immigration procedures. Upon arrival in Canada, complete any required immigration procedures, such as presenting your visa and letter of acceptance to the immigration officer at the port of entry. 10. Obtain study permit if applicable. Once in Canada, if you are studying for a program longer than 6 months, you may need to obtain a study permit from Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC. Follow the instructions provided by your institution and IRCC to apply for a study permit if necessary. Becoming a permanent resident. Transitioning from a student to a permanent resident in Canada is a significant process that requires careful planning and consideration. Here are the general steps. 1. Eligibility assessment. Determine if you meet the eligibility criteria for one of Canada's immigration programs that offer pathways to permanent residency. Common programs include the Express Entry System, Provincial Nominee Programs (PNPs), and the Canadian Experience Class (CEC). 2. Gain Canadian work experience. If eligible, consider obtaining Canadian work experience after completing your studies. Work experience gained through programs like the Post-Graduation Work Permit (PGWP) can significantly enhance your chances of obtaining permanent residency through the Canadian Experience Class or other immigration streams. 3. Apply for permanent residency. Once you have gained sufficient work experience and meet the eligibility requirements for permanent residency, you can submit an application through the appropriate immigration program. This typically involves creating an online profile for express entry or applying directly through a provincial nominee program. 4. Receive invitation to apply, ITA. If applying through express entry, you may receive an invitation to apply, ITA, based on your comprehensive ranking system, CRS, score. If applying through a PNP, you may receive a nomination certificate from the province. 5. Submit permanent residency application. Once you receive an ITA or nomination certificate, you will need to submit a complete application for permanent residency within the specified time frame. This includes providing supporting documents, undergoing medical examinations, and obtaining police clearance certificates. 6. Wait for processing. After submitting your application, wait for it to be processed by Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, or the relevant provincial immigration authority. Processing times vary depending on the immigration program and your individual circumstances. 7. Receive permanent residency. If your application is approved, you will receive confirmation of your permanent resident status. This may be in the form of a confirmation of permanent residence, corporate document, and a permanent resident visa, if applicable. 8. Comply with residency obligations. As a permanent resident of Canada, you are required to fulfill residency obligations to maintain your status. This includes spending a certain amount of time physically present in Canada each year. 9. Apply for Canadian citizenship, optional. After meeting the eligibility criteria, permanent residents have the option to apply for Canadian citizenship. Citizenship provides additional benefits, including the right to vote and obtain a Canadian passport. It's important to note that the process of transitioning from a student to a permanent resident in Canada can be complex and may require professional assistance. Consider consulting with an immigration lawyer or consultant for personalized guidance based on your individual circumstances. Kindly share and subscribe to this channel for more related videos.